Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I get the excess pulp off the comic uh, cover, the inside of the cover, and then we'll trim it out. I'll steam the spine, and we'll do a wraparound, and then we should be able to do reassembly without too much trouble. All in all, I'm happy with the way it's turning out. Very little color loss so far. Yeah, should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nice short video. You know what? Let's watch it right after this. All right, let's take a look at this. It should be completely dry now, as it's been in there for a long time. I see a tiny bit of color loss, not very much. It's almost not noticeable, but it is there. So I expected a whole lot more than that. So let's go ahead and see what I can do about fixing this up. I need to get some water. I don't have water over here. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Got my cotton bud. Got my distilled water. Gonna take it off to the side here and just put a couple of drops on there. Get it wet, and then we're just going to go see about getting some of this excess furnish off that I don't need. And people that have been here for a while have probably seen me do it this way before. It works. All right, that's good for that section. Now up here, there shouldn't be any furnish at all, but there is from where it squirted over there, and I tried to move it back. Let me get some of this off too. And up here, it's hot. I finally unloaded my vehicle. It's Monday. I went to the sale on Saturday, and I finally unloaded my vehicle today because I got some pretty nasty sunburn on my neck, and I can't really wear a shirt too good. But you know, I do when I have to. Like anytime I go outside. If I'm in the backyard, I don't worry about it. It's the front yard that I wear my shirt, even though I don't have to. And in my younger years, I didn't. You know, I just walk outside with no shirt on. It didn't bother me. But how many people want to see an old man without a shirt on? Not too many. That's the way I look at it. So I'm nice to him and I put a shirt on. Alright, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to let this dry and then I'll check it in. Got some up here that I want off. Like I said, I'm going to let this dry and then I'll take a look at it again and check it out. I'll give it about an hour to dry, even though it's only going to take about 2 minutes. Alright, I decided to go ahead and use a little Tingujo on these tears here, and I missed these two. I'm not going to worry about them. What I'm going to do right now, and I might fix them later, what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and trim this. And I do it from the front because that I can see it better that way. And let me get my X-Acto there. Nice and sharp. Now we'll do this corner down here. I trimmed a tiny bit of the comic. That happens. Oh, I missed one. All right. I'm thinking that looks pretty decent. What am I going to do next? Well, here's the interior, and I don't think I really need to do anything to the interior. Yeah, it's pretty solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of take that, put it there, and then I'm going to steam this, and once I steam it, then I'll fold it over. But before I do that, see some loose pieces. I'm going to take a piece of this is newsprint, and I'm just going to go over it like this to get that little bit out of there. And it acts kind of like a real smooth sandpaper, and it just smooths it out for me. Take this off a little bit there. There we go. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to steam this, then I'm going to wrap it around this SRP, silicone release paper, and we're going to put it over the comic, stick it back in the cold press for a little bit, and Once that's done and it's formed, then I will go ahead and pull the staples out and reattach the cover to the comic. So I'm not set up to show you how I'm going to steam it, and so I won't do that. I'll do that on a future one though. And so yeah, let me go take care of that, and then we'll be back. Once I pull it back out of the press again, probably 3 or 4 hours, maybe longer, then yeah, then I'll be back. I'm back, and I'm going to take a look at this, in particular the spine. Now you see there's some places where it's come loose, so I'm going to use a little bit of nori paste to glue that down, and maybe some methyl cellulose, and it shouldn't have come loose. I don't understand it, but it did. So we'll fix that up. I'm going to do that off camera because, again, I'm going to be very close to it, and you don't need to see the back of my head. Overall, though, I think it came out all right as far as the folding. But when I look on the inside, here's some more areas where it didn't stick. Again, I'm going to use some nori paste and glue those back down. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm not going to show any of that. So we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out. So a question you might be asking is, why am I putting a piece of silicone release paper over the interior of the comic before I fold it? Well, I'm steaming the comic. I'm steaming the spine, and I don't want to get water on here, so if I get too much steam on it, and moisture might leak over to here and then give me a tide mark, and I don't want to do that. So I put a piece of silicone release paper to keep it there. So let me go ahead and get started on this, and I'll be back when it's done. Alright, I finally got all of the the loose bits sealed down, so we're going to set this off to the side for a moment, but we'll be bringing it back, because the next thing I need to do, and I probably should have gone ahead and washed all of these, but I don't really want to, but the next thing I need to do is take the staples out. So get out the capable staple tool, because I'm going to use that, and the staple removal tool. Now this has a little groove in there, and I can use that to hold the staple down, and then we'll see if we can't dig it out without tearing up the comic book. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I got it up a little bit. So we'll take it to the other side where there's, actually it's to the same side, and there's a little hole in there where I can grab the leg of the staple. Then we'll run this piece up. Not much left on there. Now I'll do the same thing down here. The reason I'm doing the bottom first is because the upper one crosses over the bottom one. And then we'll do this. And there we go. Simple enough to bend the staples up. Now we need to take them out and see what's wrong with this one. Oh, okay, I see what's wrong with this staple. It's bent. It's supposed to be bent here, but it's bent way up there. I'm going to get my little pair of pliers, and I'm going to fix that. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. And then we'll take this one out. That one came out very easily. So now that I've got those out, we're going to put the wrap over it. And that little 1/16 of an inch was exactly what I needed to make it fit. So what am I going to do? Well, I need to make holes. So I got a little pin here. And we'll put that in there. And then we're just going to poke it through. That'll do the same thing on this side. Poke it through. Now, if everything's right, I should be able to put these back in. And they'll just go right into there the way they're supposed to. If I can find the hole. I see it. Can I get it in there? Probably should have straightened this staple out a little bit. And again, it's starting to come up a little bit, which is not good. And the bottom part of the staple came out. Got the top part in again. Putting staples back in is a pain. And it doesn't matter how you do it. I am going to have to glue that back down. Get out the capable staple tool to hold the staple flat. And then I'm going to use the back side of this to put it most of the way down, not all the way down, because remember, the bottom staple was under the top staple, and we want to have that again. So, there we go. Top staple is slightly over the bottom staple. Now we'll do the top, but before I do that, I want to straighten this out a little bit because this is bad. So let me do that. I'm going to do that off camera because it's going to take me a few minutes to find my little pair of pliers. All right, that's a little bit better. And the reason I had to, not just because I had to find my tools, but also because in order to do that, I needed to use my magnifying glass and my lighted magnifying glass, and that's in the other room. So let's see if we can get this to, yep, there we go. We got one hole. And then we got the other hole. Let's see if I can get this in. I actually expect this one to be more difficult than the other one. Yep, that part is in. Wow, it was easier. It actually went in easier. Fold that one down. Hold it with the capable staple tool. And start putting this one down. There we go. It's back together. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and use a tiny bit of glue to glue these back to where they need to be, and then I'll clean it up a little more. And I need to clean this up if I can. That looks kind of like grease pencil, so it might come off of there. Actually, I think I sealed it in with the methyl cellulose, so it doesn't. But yeah, we're going to glue these little flaps back down, and that'll be it. So I'm happy with it. Came out better than I expected. The coloration is pretty good on it. I'm probably going to go over it with a dryer sheet, just to see if I can get a little bit of gloss in there. Won't be putting any pressure on it, just like that. And I'll probably end up doing that for about 45 minutes. Then it'll go in line to be pressed. It is slightly over, but yeah, it's fine. I like it. Okay, I think that's the last time I am going to record a video before I actually make the video. I was really confident that everything was going to go okay, and obviously I had some twists and turns along the way. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So that's unfortunate, but I finally got it back together, and it's going to be going into press very soon, maybe tonight or last night. Yeah, I'll put it in the press last night, which on this recording is tonight, and by the time you see it, it'll be last night. This time travel thing is really tricky, you know? I'm happy with the outcome. It took a lot less color loss than what I expected. As you may recall, when I first started the project, I expected it to be a total disaster. And it wasn't. It actually came out pretty good. And I'm happy with that. So, yeah. It's not going to be a very long video, is it? I haven't actually put everything together. I don't think it's going to be very long. So let me show you something. Bring this down. I took a look. We'll have to switch over. Now, I took a look at this weird science that Lawson Wallace sent me, and I'm going to work on it, and it's going to be the next project I work on. And I thought this was tape, but it isn't. There's still a little bit of tape on it, but what it looks like is the residue from the glue from the tape. So I did a little experimenting. I took my lighter fluid and I put it on a little bit, and I was able to get a little tiny bit of that residue off. So that's what I'm going to do first, and I will show you that in the other room on my other computer. So yeah, I think I can get all of that residue off of there. And then it looks like he put some Tingujo paper on it, and that's going to have to come off, because I'm going to, if I can get this residue off, then I'm going to put it in a in a Bastine bath for a little while, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, to see if I can get that to fade out a little bit. And yeah, we'll go from there. And then I'll do a very light Mylar wash, and we'll see how it turns out. And then I'm really tempted to do the back one first. I'm tempted to do this one first and see how this turns out before I do that one. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm going to have to do it to both anyway. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll be showing the beginnings of that on Monday if I have time. If not, I'll figure something out because I have volunteered to go down on to the comic shop that I go to on Saturday, and I'm going to show up there at 10 o'clock when he opens. And if he needs me to help with the free comic book day, I will help him. And if he doesn't need help, well, I'll come on back and I'll start working on this. And if he needs help, then I'll probably be there all day and won't get anything pressed. So let's go back to me. There you go. That's it. That's what's going on. And you have an idea of what I'm going to be working on next. And you saw how the comic turned out. Now we'll go ahead and press it. And regardless of what happens, I'll show you the pressed comic after on Monday. I'm going to go ahead and show you the pressed comic on Monday, along with whatever I do to Loston's cover there. So and, that's it for this video. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday, unless I make something earlier. And take care, everybody. Bye.